In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask the visitor who calls himself the holder of the path. The worker will try his best to keep a look of indifference on his face while handing you a key which, as he will explain, belongs to an unused supply closet in the building. If only it were that simple. Upon locating and unlocking the correct door, you will find a narrow, winding road suspended in an endless void, only occasionally disrupted by the massive outlines of things best left undescribed. To fall off the path is to be thrown out of reality itself. A nightmarish eternity in inconceivable horror awaits anyone who either stumbles into the void by their own error or is dragged off the path by the timeless monstrosities that reside on the outskirts of creation. If you should ever feel as if you are being watched while travelling through this place of oblivion, the best chance you have is to immediately freeze in place and hold your breath. Continue to do so until your audience loses interest or moves in to claim you. If the latter should occur, feel free to scream as hard as you want, though your screams will fall on deaf ears. Eventually the path will end at a door. Upon opening it, you will find a small, dirt-caked room. Propped up against the far wall will be a heavily emaciated corpse. What's left of his skin has long since blackened with necrosis. There will be nothing else unusual about it, unless you approach it and ask one question. How did they acquire guardians? If the line is spoken, the corpse will begin to stir. A subtle red glow will emaciate from its eye sockets as it lifts its head and begins to whisper the long, macabre history of the holders. It will speak of unholy pacts and unspeakable atrocities. Within time, its tale would touch upon every form of evil known to man or God, and then a few more. Furthermore, if given the title of any holder, it will reveal its history and the meaning of the object it protects. Well, almost any holder. You see, it will never go into detail about itself. This is because the Gaul hopes that its visitor will not question why it seems to be lacking an object. Truth be told, the object was somehow sealed inside his skull, and the ominous glow from within its eye sockets is actually the shining light of the object trapped inside. That is Object 7 of 538. The holder will do anything to keep you away from it. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the holder of wealth. The worker will raise one eyebrow, as if puzzled by your request. Ask a second time, and the worker will shrug and take you across the streets, where an opulent mansion awaits. This mansion was not there when you started your quest, but it's best that you not preoccupy yourself with the mansion's origin. Its owner would rather not scare you away. Inside the front door will lie a grand staircase spiralling up across the foyer. The walls will be covered with fine paintings, and a large marble statue will rest on a pedestal by the base of the stairs. The statue's eldritch features will evoke an image of a truly horrific beast, at once both alien and evil. Admire it all you want, but don't touch it, unless you wish to awaken the starved monster. Ascend the staircase. As long as you touch nothing, you will be in no danger. Don't panic. At the top of the stairs will be a small, unassuming wooden door. It'll open for you, so long as you aren't afraid. You should see a man with a pointed goatee and short, cropped, gelled hair standing behind a large desk of what will appear to be mahogany. His suit will appear to be made of both human flesh and Italian silk. He may speak, and at great length, He will talk about his amazing, beautiful house, and the statue of his lovely concubine resting downstairs. Do not interrupt him, and do not answer any questions he may ask. When he is finished, steel yourself and confidently ask, "May I have my salary?" He will proceed to explain to you in great detail the value of life. He will talk of things worse than death. He will tell you exactly what he expects you to do. The fabulous interior of the room will rot away. The floor will turn from French weave to feces. His own appearance will become unimaginably cyclopean and horrendous. He will then fish out a small banknote from inside his human suit and hand it to you. That note is object number 8 of 538. Its holder is counting on you to spend it. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself to. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit someone who calls himself the holder of wisdom. The worker will chuckle and you will be guided to an empty room. The worker will hand you a key and tell you to wait some time in the room until you hear a bell ring. Then you have to lock the door, wait until a second ring, and unlock it. It will open all by itself and reveal a long hallway with colours you may or may not know painted onto the walls, ceiling and floor. Follow the hallway until you hear a little girl singing. Stop, close your eyes, and stay where you are until the girl finishes the song, even if you think that it will drive you mad. If you do move, run back to the door where you came from as fast as you can. Jump through the window of the room where you waited before, and you might live. Should you be unable to reach the window in time, you will be dragged back into the hallway by something that is not a little girl, pulled by this horror until time itself ends, forever feeling the pain of every soul dragged to an early grave. If you do not move, and the song ceases, you are free to turn around and leave forever, or walk deeper into the hallway until you reach a door in the shape of a human. Open this door with the same key that was given to you earlier. Walk inside and close it behind you. In the middle of the room, you will see a desk with a bright candle, and behind the desk will sit a man, with his face hidden by the shine of a candle. Walk closer, but always keep the flame between you and the man's face. For if you witness what he looks like, your gaze will be fixed on his until your hands have removed every inch of skin off of your bones. Stop when you are 5 steps away from the desk. The man will raise his hand and gesture you to come closer, but do not step any further than this. Close your eyes and ask him one question, nothing else. Who will bring them back together? You will hear the man rising from his chair, and he will begin to pray. It'll be in a language you do not understand at first, but after 2 minutes, you will hear a name. Should you hear Anubis, then pray that your death will come quickly. If it is Thor you hear, you may open your eyes. The man's head will be on the desk, cut off the body, but still talking. After another 3 minutes, he will stop and begin to tell you how you will die. He will describe every minute detail of your horrible death, and you will be unable to move for the length of it. Lastly, he will describe one who will steal your life away from you, and go into such detail as to why it is necessary that you yourself will question which would be worse, you being murdered, or you being allowed to continue to live. Finally, the man's head will stop talking. It is object number 9 of 538. It is up to you what you do with the knowledge of your death, for it is now inevitable.